Hello. Hey guys. Welcome to my live. Hey Diana. Diana, not Diana. Gracias por estar en el live. Estoy muy emocionado porque pues va a estar Crystal Lewis conmigo y vamos a hablar de lo que ha hecho, lo que hará. Vamos a hablar de pues todo. Estoy un poco nervioso, pero muy contento y muy emocionado. Aquí tengo también la lista de las cosas que vamos a hablar, de sus accolades, sus logros, sus logros. Pero me gustaría que estuviera presente ella. Hola, Cris, para que bueno, pues escuche todo. Pido disculpas de una vez porque vamos a estar yendo de español a inglés, inglés a español. Así que espérenme tantito, estoy tratando de mandar la invitación. Soy novicio en esto. Permítanme. ¿Cómo es? Aquí está. Ok, creo que lo hice bien. So vamos a esperar que funcione. Pero espero que vengan o que se conecten fans de la Crystal, fans en español, y no sé, si quieren mandarle un saludo, pues ahí se lo mandamos. Hey, creo que ya está por llegar Crystal Lewis. I think she is joining us all the way from California. So, hold on for a minute. Disculpen. Pero bueno, en los comentarios, y mientras quieren decirme cuáles los que quieren Crystal Lewis, su álbum favorito, canción favorita. Hey, Diana. Y así para decirle a la Crystal. También pido disculpas porque no creo que voy a poder estar viendo las preguntas o los comentarios todos, porque no soy muy bueno. Pero esperen tantito. Hola, tía Marta, saludos. Carla, you made it. Hey.
Hi.
Hi, Crystal.
Hi.
I was telling them that we're going to be jumping from Spanish to English because we're bilingual, me and you.
Well, I mean, you're bilingual,
Yeah,
Adrian. Yeah. I'm not so bilingual.
You understand, so that's good. Well, I'll translate.
Thank you.
So, to get started, I wanted to talk about your accolades, your greatness. So, as you know, and everyone that knows me, even if they don't know me that well, I think they know that I love Crystal Lewis. Crystal Lewis is my top, like everything, singing, songwriting. I just love Crystal Lewis. So, Crystal Lewis is a Grammy nominee 3 times, a Grammy performer because she performed at the Grammys in 1999.
I think it was 99, yeah.
99. Yeah. I remember because Ricky Martin sang some song and it was amazing. And then you guys did your Lean On Me thing.
Yep.
And it was great. She's a Dove Award winner, Female Vocalist of the Year, Spanish Language Album of the Year. Exodus won Special Events Album of the Year. So you have quite a few Dove Awards. Yeah. She is also a gold-selling recording artist. Beauty for Ashes sold more than 500,000 copies. And I'm assuming combined all your albums have sold more than 1 million. She's also a Young Artist Award winner for Roundhouse, a Nickelodeon show. She's an author. She wrote Gold, a devotional. She's also working on a children's album, and I can't wait to see that.
Book, children's book.
Book. I said album,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Book. Sorry.
Maybe that'll come too. I don't know.
Hey,
maybe another one.
A sequel to Joyful Noise.
Yeah. You never know.
She's a songwriter, award winner, ASCAP winner songwriter. She's a mentor, like to a lot of people. And some of those people are Christina Aguilera. Well, not Christina Aguilera, like
I don't
mentor,
know if that's
mentor.
true. Like I've never heard that for real. So I don't know. I'm that's not coming from me.
Yeah, I want to go with it. So yeah, Christina Aguilera,
Okay.
because I love her singing. Katy Perry, Kelly Clarkson, Tori Kelly, and I remember reading in an interview on CCN magazine back in the day, the girls from Point of Grace, they named you as a big influence to their singing, and of course Nikki Leonti, um, your Nickelodeon royalty. You're
Mhm.
also a voice coach, and I can't wait to do a session with you. I think that will be amazing. She's a multi-language singer, English, Spanish, French, and you told me you sang in Italian
One time.
one time, which I would love to hear that. She's an inspiration to a lot of people. Me, she's an inspiration to me. But I mean, I have met a lot of fans that like love your singing. The Spanish Latin community, they're just in awe of how well you sing in Spanish. There's no trace of you know uh, Americanness. It's so perfect when you sing in Spanish. So I love you, Crystal, and you're amazing.
Thank you, Adrian. Jeez Louise.
You're welcome. I also want to talk how your goals. You're like a trailblazer when it comes to Christian music. I grew up, listening to Christian music, which I love, mainly 90s CCM. The rest, I don't want to talk mess, but it's not the same. But you broke the mold. Like every time, every album was different. Not just the hair, but musically, and I love that. You've been working, or you have worked with great musicians, the Laboriels, Abraham, what is the Vinny Caliuta,
Yes, love Vinny.
Jair Roxanne, Tony Guerrero, and you can feel like a difference in every album, but for good, a difference for good. It's not like, oh, it's the same album again, just different lyrics, the same music again. No. And even in one album, you did everything fearless. You had gospel, rock, pop, ballads. Like, it was just amazing. And I love that you keep doing that. You keep breaking the mold and your goals. So I love that.
Thank you.
You have also sang with a lot of people. I remember I used to read a lot of CCM magazine back in the day, and somebody coined the phrase "the Queen of Cameo." I was reading the article on the Supertones when you did "Away from You" with the Supertones,
Yeah.
and whoever wrote the article, they called you the Queen of Cameos, Crystal Lewis. And I'm like, so true. You have sung with Brian Duncan, Anointed. Who else do I have here? Marcos Witt, Ron Canoli, Yuri, Jesus Adrian Romero, Lily Goodman, Marcos Vidal, Danilo Montero, K2S. I love that. Like, you guys did How Deep Is Your Love?
Yes.
And it's
That was
amazing.
so fun. Yeah.
Yeah, and Trinity 57, that
Yeah.
I promised, Yolanda Adams. But my all-time favorite song or duet, and not a lot of people are aware of this one. It's Donna Summer.
Oh, yeah. That's probably my favorite too.
Yeah, and it's your voices together is a match made in heaven.
Oh.
So, is that something you like to do? Singing duets?
That is a very nice segue, Adrian. Yeah, it is. It's I grew up singing with my two younger sisters.
Mm-hmm.
So it feels very natural, and it's something that I feel like I was born enjoying doing, oddly. It's so weird, but it feels comfortable to me. So yeah.
I love it. So you already said that Donna Summer is one of your favorite duets. What about in Spanish? Is there one that stands out the most that you just like, oh man, like I'm good?
Well, I'm kind of bummed that I never recorded anything with Judy. Like we did a bunch of stuff in Latin America, Costa Rica, and places in Mexico, but we never actually recorded anything. So that would be nice someday. But I loved doing Beauty for Ashes with, with Ron Canoli in English and Marcos Witt in Spanish. I thought that was super fun.
Yeah. And now you're gonna record a duet album. How do you
Yes.
feel about that?
I'm really excited. I think it is funny that I've done all these duets over the years, and I've never done an actual just like project entirely dedicated to collaborative vocals, So this duets project, I did a Kickstarter to fund it, and it is coming out in 2022, February. So I don't know the exact date yet, but it's 2/22.
22. Love it.
And it's a duets album, so obviously
that. Too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there are 10 songs. 6 of them are originals and 4 are covers. There's one duet that I have not announced yet. A while back when we first were trying to fund the Kickstarter, I was able to announce almost everybody. There's one I haven't been able to announce yet, and we are singing our song next week. So after that's done, I'll be able to tell you
to announce it
who it is, and I'm super excited. And I am doing 2 songs in Spanish on this
2
record. Yeah, we're translating 2 of the songs. I should not get ahead of myself. For sure, one, which will be like Beauty for Ashes, it'll be an English version with someone singing in English and a Spanish version with someone singing in Spanish. And then the other one, it might end up being like a Spanglish kind of both.
I love that.
On the same thing. That's the song, I can tell you, with Arturo Sandoval.
So
he's playing trumpet, and I want to be able to sing in both English and Spanish, that one.
Man, I can't wait.
Yeah. Are you gonna it's time. It's been too long.
Yes. Are you gonna do little snippets until then, until we can hear the whole album, or?
I mean, it's so slow going. We're really, because of all of the schedules and because of COVID and because of all these different reasons, I don't have anything to play. I really don't. So hopefully before it comes out at some point, like November or December or something, I'll have little sneak peeks. Yeah.
I can't wait. So I wanted to ask, you have some songs that talk about music or singing. One of my new favorites is Let the Music Play. And you also have Just Sing from C.
Right.
And I Will Sing from your self-titled.
That's right.
And a lot more, I'm pretty sure. Even like hymns or covers that talk about singing.
And Rhapsody talks about singing too.
Yes. So what does singing mean to Crystal Lewis?
Ooh, that's a great question. Again, like I said, with the duets thing, it is something that came so naturally to me because, I'm 4 years older than my middle sister, and I'm 8 years older than my youngest sister. So it's not like we started singing together. Before. I had to have been probably in, 10, 11, 12, 13, like pushing junior high before we really started singing together. But my mom had kind of encouraged that from the get-go. So along those lines, I think that just singing in general was something that they couldn't. Hi, Josh. That they couldn't. No one could get me to shut up. And there have been so many times where that's been very hurtful and offensive to me, when people in my family have been like, okay, we can hear you. Like, it's not like I ever do it to be heard. Honestly, it's just something that for those of us who are vocalists, I'm certainly not alone in this. It is just the artistic avenue that we were born with. So I can't draw. I can't. That's like that kind of artistic creativity, the
Uh-huh.
physical, like painting or whatever. That is lost on me. But there is something about melody and using your voice to make sound, and then the lyrics. Like, I've never understood people who have said, "Oh, I don't listen to the words, I just listen to the music."
No,
No,
no.
I don't want to hear that. No, the words are so important.
Yes.
So important. Now, granted, yes, I will listen to the occasional song that makes no sense and that is just kind of like what a pop bop, like just
Yeah.
for fun. But for the most part, it is equally the lyrics and the melody that really, I don't know, it's a weird depth. It's a kind of communication that sort of defies
Yeah.
conversation. I don't know. So
And it's so funny because about the lyrics, because that's what I listen to at first. Like, what are they singing? What are they saying? And that's what kind of like me atrapa, like it gets me. And then I'm like, whoa, these lyrics are amazing. And I was telling you earlier that happened when I listened to Stars. The first time I listened to Stars, I was like, what is this? Like, I'm loving this. And that's one of my favorite songs. Like, I feel like I listen to it probably every day. But on
it
my way
makes
to
me so
work,
happy.
on my way to work today, it came out of my shuffle thing, and I was listening to it again, and it's such a great love song. And love is love, and I just love it. Like, I'm not in love with someone right now, but I like the idea of maybe I'll be in love with someone. And that song is just it. I feel like it's perfect because it stage after stage after stage until the last stage, and
Yes.
I love it. You did a great job with that one.
Thank you so much. It's one of my favorite things I've written for some reason too. So
I love it. Let me go over my notes because I wanted to ask, do you like to cook?
yeah,
You
I
do.
mean, I've taken lots of cooking lessons over the years. I've taken cooking lessons in Italy and Paris 2 or 3 times. Here in California a few times. I used to host cooking lessons at my house. I didn't teach them, but it's something that I've done a lot
Uh-huh.
of. As a now single person, I still get joy out of doing it, but it's also down to kind of the like, what's the easy thing
Yeah, of
and
course.
the fastest thing to do real quick. But yeah, I do.
Awesome. I seen some videos, Izzy posting some videos, and her food. Oh my God, it looks
She and her
amazing.
husband, Blaine, I don't get it. They are so knowledgeable. They cook the best stuff. It's always delicious. It's super, um, it's very fancy without being fancy. I don't know how
Yeah,
to explain it. It's like high end taste.
gourmet.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
and it's like a
so good.
fusion too. Sometimes you see a little bit of Mexican mixed with whatever they're cooking, and it looks
Yes.
so delicious.
Yes. They're
So
super
good.
into pasta. They love, yeah, all that stuff.
Yes. All right. So the reason why I ask why you like if you like cooking is because um, I'm working on something and I wanted to share it with the world, and I wanted you to be part of it because you're like my fairy godmother. So
So I can tell people that I already know.
yes,
That's
you
okay.
can do that.
I'm so
So
excited.
I'm working on this, I guess, show. I don't know, show, and I'm gonna call it Casa de Casas because it's my casa, it's my house, and I'm Adrian Casas, so I think it works,
Makes perfect sense.
right? And I'm gonna mix two of the things that I love the most, music and cooking. I grew up singing in the church. I'm not a professional, like I don't know timing or anything. I just sing what I feel. And I grew
Oh,
up singing in church.
okay. Pause. Can I interrupt you for 1 second?
Yes.
There is a statue of Ella Fitzgerald that I go visit on occasion
Mm-hmm.
because I love Ella. She feels like my fairy godmother, even though obviously I never knew her. Um, And on this statue, there is a plaque, and it says, it's a quote of hers, and it says, I sing what I feel.
No way.
Yes. And so when I'm like in a lull, or I feel down, or I have a show that I'm nervous about or something, I go and see this statue, and I just kind of sit and meditate on this idea. Like, that's right. It's okay. Like, there's no pressure. I don't need to be anything that I'm not. I just need to be what I am and sing what I feel. So you are onto something with that.
I love that.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I love it. Thank you for that.
Yes.
So, you know, I sing what I feel. And I grew up singing in the church, and I sung with a lot of great people that are still my friends. And but there's no archives. There's no videos of it, you know? And as I'm getting older, I want to document that. I want to have video proof or whatever of me singing with my friends. So I'm making this show, and I'm bringing people from my past, people that I sang with, and we're just going to talk about the good old days. We're going to sing a song that we used to sing at church or whatever we feel like singing. And while we're doing that, my mom, which is a great cook, she's going to be cooking a meal for us. And we're going to highlight her food. We're going to say like, okay, this is the recipe of my mom, whatever she's making today. And at the end of the episode, we're going to eat together and show her food, you know, like just show how amazing she is. And so it's Casa de Casas, where music and food live, I guess.
I am so in love with this idea. I really, really am. I think it's incredible. You know how I feel about moms and mom and kid relationships. And I think that not only will you be so glad that you did this just from the perspective of being able to document some musical moments and that kind of thing, but you are going to be so glad you did this with your mom. Yes. That is going to be like the icing. I think it's so incredible. And you're going to have all of this, all of her food and all of her recipes and all of those ideas that you'll have forever too. Oh, can I be a guest one time in your house? I want to come and be on Casa de Casas.
Yes, you have to. You have to. And you get to choose whatever you want my mom to cook. It can be tamales, tacos, gorditas, whatever you want.
Mole?
She'll cook it. Of course. Mole verde or regular mole?
Regular, yeah.
Regular mole. Have you tried mole verde?
No, I haven't actually.
Well, maybe she can make both and you can try. So you can see like, okay, I have mole verde. Great. So yeah, I can't wait for that. We're going to start, you know, filming this episodes probably next month, and they'll be out by the end of the month probably.
Fantastic. It's such a great idea. I love it so much. Yes.
Thank you so much. I wanted my first guest to be this lady from church. When I was 14, when I started going to that church, or maybe younger, she's the one that pushed me to sing. And she had a track for Kathy Trocoli's My Life is in Your Hands.
I love that song. I love Kathy. I love that song.
Yes. So we actually sang that song together. Like, she pushed me, and we also did El Día Vendrá. We sang El Día Vendrá.
No way.
And I think Mi Redentor Vive. And then me and my sister sang again My Life is in Your Hands, but we translated it. We sang it in Spanish. But I lost the translation, so I need to go back and see if I can translate it again, because I would love to have her as my first guest and maybe sing that song, you know, as an homage to how it all started, I guess.
That's a great idea. Love it.
But yeah, so since it's gonna be focusing mainly on church songs, because that's kind of like what I know how to sing and what I really love. I mean, I love singing church songs. Oh, and everybody always wants to shut me up too. Like, okay, ya cállate, like, shut up. You're loud. And right now when you said that, I remember, I don't know if it was an interview or CCM magazine, but you said that it was either your mom or somebody will tell you that you were annoyingly loud.
Oh, yeah.
When you were little.
Yeah.
And I love that, because somebody called me that once, but in a good way. Because I was supposed to sing at church that day, but I was sick or something. I didn't go. And this old lady was like, we really miss Adrian today, because there was no annoyingly loudness around. Because I guess the person that sang was kind of like, you know.
It could be a compliment, sure.
It's a compliment. And or they will tell me you don't need a microphone, like just
Oh
do it.
yeah, I've heard that one. Yeah.
So I love it. So on that thing about church songs, is there a favorite hymn or church song that you grew up singing, or maybe now you love looking back at them like I really like that song?
I would say I mean, I think, yeah, I've recorded all these. I love His Eyes on the Sparrow. And I especially love the arrangement and production that Gyro did for that song on Holy, Holy, Holy. I
Yeah.
love Great Is Thy Faithfulness. That was on Holy, Holy, Holy as well, which Gyro just did some production stuff for me that has remained some of my favorites for
So
sure.
different, yeah.
And then I've always really loved It Is Well. So
Have you heard the story behind that song?
yes, it's so like painful but beautiful.
Yes. Yeah, and I love your rendition of that
Thank
in
you.
Espanol and in English.
Yes.
I've been reaching out to the people that I sang with in the past and inviting them. Hey, I'm doing this. Would you like to join me? And blah blah blah. And most of the people have said yes. But I want to talk about these two guys. It's a couple, Omar and Anilda. When my dad passed away, I sang at his funeral. Like I led praise and worship. It was a very different funeral from what I've been to, because it was like we had church. We sang like his favorite songs, and it just felt like a church service. It didn't feel like a funeral. So I don't know if I've ever told you this, but my dad loved you. Like he loved listening to you. He will sing around and dance around to Shine Jesus Shine just to make us laugh, because he will like dance weirdly or whatever. But we loved it. And he loved Lean on Me. Like he would always rewind that part when you hit the high note. He would be listening to it and rewind it and then listen again and listen again. So one of his all-time favorites was Lord, I Believe in You. He would sing it and he would love it. So for his funeral, I sang that song and in Espanol. And Anilda and Omar, they sang with me. Omar played the guitar and Anilda sang with me. So whenever I was thinking about inviting them, I'm like, it would be cool if we sing that song, And whenever I was talking to Anilda, she's like, hey, wouldn't it be cool if we sing Cristo Yo Creo en Ti? And I was like, oh my God, Anilda, it's like we're on the same frequency. Like, I love it.
I love it.
We're probably going to sing that.
Good. I can't wait to tune in. Where is this show going to exist?
Well, I've been thinking about just my social media because I feel like I'm not ready to put it on YouTube.
No, yes, you are. You need to put it on YouTube.
I do? All right.
Start there. Yes.
So I'll open a YouTube channel then, and I'll put it out there.
Why not? Why not?
Right? Yeah, you're right. Oh, and I forgot to mention this. Remember how I sent you a picture that I accidentally took of my shorts?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. So I sent that to my cousin in Mexico because he's very creative with like everything. And I'm like, hey, can you work on a logo? I'm doing this and that. So he came up with a logo using that picture of that blue because I love that shade of color. So now I have a logo for my show, and I'll post it later since I'm already talking about Casa de Casas. But I feel like it's weird how God or whatever people believe in works some way, It's like an accidental picture, and this was born out of it,
Was it though? Was it an accident? I mean,
Is it? So, and my cousin also wanted me to tell you that he loves your music and he wanted to say hi.
Hi.
And it's funny because he came to visit us like in the 90s because we were already in Houston and, he's from Mexico. And I was obsessed with, at the time, Beauty for Ashes. So I was like listening on repeat and he's like, who's that? And I'm like, oh, it's Crystal Lewis, in Espanol, yes. Crystal Lewis.
I love it.
And he's like, who? And I'm like, Crystal Lewis, pero en Espanol, Crystal Lewis. He's like, he called you Crystal Lourdes. And I'm like, no. No, that's all right. So now that he knew about the live, he's like, oh, you should tell her that I called her Crystal Lourdes. And I'm like, okay, I'll let her know. But
I love it.
thank you so much for being an inspiration, for being goals, for all your music, all these years, and what's to come. I'm so excited. We talked about Together We Can. We talked about your children's book that you're working on. Um, I remember you told me that you're working on a Rhapsody Deluxe, maybe.
Yes, that's kind of at the bottom of the list right now, just because I have all those other things to get done. But I still love the idea of it. So
Yes.
yeah,
So you've done everything. You know, you've done jazz, pop, CCM, rock, R&B, urban, rap. You rapped on spiritual warfare, and I loved it. Like, we need that on Spotify. Reminder.
that's not mine. I don't own that.
Ah, crud.
I know.
So, uh, what is something that you haven't done that you would like to do musically?
Oh, um, that's a. I don't even know. I think I'm really loving the jazz genre. I'm loving it's because typically what I've been doing is a little more traditional kind of swing sort of jazz, but you know, there's a lot of different kinds of music that fall under the jazz umbrella, and I kind of want to explore, I
Hmm.
think, what some of those things might sound like.
Yeah.
I definitely have issues um, existing within boxes. So
Yeah, and I love
I'm
that.
sure that after, and this record Together We Can is a lot like Rhapsody, where there's some traditional kind of sounding jazz, but then there's some um, more soulful influenced jazz
Hmm.
as well, I think. So um, it's
Cool.
morphing, it's evolving. There's no
Yeah.
telling where it will go.
I just hope you never do reggaeton. I don't think I would like that.
To do what?
Reggaeton.
Well, you know what? Probably the only way I would do that is if I was a cameo guest
Yeah.
appearing on someone else's record, which
Cameo queen appearance.
could
Yeah.
happen.
But I would love, I don't know why, I've always thought that your voice will sound great in mariachi.
Oh God,
So,
I would love that. Yeah,
so
I
maybe
would
like one of your
for that.
songs, like in mariachi, somebody can do like a mariachi style of that song. That would be amazing.
Actually, you know, Judy did a mariachi record. Maybe she did more than one, but I know she
Mhm.
did one because I had it, and
Mhm.
I loved that. I
Yeah.
loved her voice in that. So I would love to.
Mhm. Yeah. Oh, she did one of your songs too, right?
Yeah,
Le Love In.
did she do La La Vin?
Yeah, en español. Deja el
I
amor
know she
fluir.
did. I know she did. I Now Live a bunch live,
Yeah.
but
No, but she actually recorded Le Love
oh
in
my
her
God,
first Christian
I
album.
I forgot that. That's so
Yeah.
crazy.
I'll send
Yeah.
it to you later so you can listen
Okay.
to it. Before we go, somebody wanted to say hi, so let me see if they're available, okay?
Okay.
Sorry. Okay, I just sent it because he's like, please let me say hi. So, say also all your fans, your Hispanic fans are crazy for you. So there he is, Julian.
Hey guys,
Hi!
how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Surprise!
Oh
Oh,
my gosh, so nice to see you.
nice to see you too. Man, it's been so crazy, but it's so good to see you. I mean, you look amazing,
Thank
stunning,
you.
beautiful. I
Thank
Me
you.
or
mean,
Thank
Crystal?
you.
I'm out. Yeah, of course, Crystal Lewis. I don't know. I mean, every time that people ask me about Crystal Lewis, I always have to go with the story that the first time I met her when I used to live in Florida, when this guy from nowhere show up with a full binder of CDs and she has to sign this overnight, and the next day I got the binder with the whole CD standing by her. That was the most precious moment of Crystal, and yeah, it was. I
That's
always have,
such an honor. Jeez Louise. I mean,
yeah,
that's
I
what you,
still have those.
as an artist, I mean, that's your goal is to have the things that you create, the stuff that comes out of your heart, become a part of other people's stories. And so for it to resonate so deeply is just, It's beautiful. So I'm grateful. Thank
No,
you.
and that's why you are who you are, because of that moments to
Mm.
make fans like appreciate you more and make you think, okay, this person is down to earth, is not like egocentric or diva-less, all that stuff. So that's good. So
Yeah.
I mean, you're diva, but
Yeah, that's what I'm about to say. She is a
I have my
diva,
moments.
but in a good way, like a cool diva,
yeah.
a unique diva.
I love it. Thank you.
Well, we love you, Crystal. And like, I met Julian during the Fearless era, I think.
Feel
And
good when we
was
were.
it Fearless or Holy Holy? But it was whenever you had the Crystal Lewis chat rooms or board
Yeah.
or whatever they were called.
Yes, that's right.
And I
We
met
got
a
old.
lot of
Just,
amazing
just
people that I'm still friends with. And we still follow you. We still love your music. And we still fight over which one is our favorite and which one we didn't like as much. But
I don't need to know.
yeah, that's between the fans. But no, we really love you. You're an inspiration. You are amazing. You are a great woman, and just keep going, Crystal. Like keep doing what you're doing. And we're here. We're following you. We're supporting you, and we love you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm very excited also about your project and what's coming up, and I hope everyone will stay tuned. So,
Thank
yeah.
you so much. Thank you for joining us, guys, and bye.
Bye. Bye, Julian.
bye. Here's some
Bye.